What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy C-Dub, aka Whit, coming at you guys with another video. Today is Mother's Day Sunday, and your boy is on his way to Flojos. Sit back, relax, and enjoy another vid from your boy C-Dub, aka Whit. Peace. What's going on, run runners? So I'm just on my way to this morning's Flojos ride. It's Mother's Day morning, so to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. As a father, as a son, as a brother, I want you all to know I appreciate everything you all do. So not only is today Mother's Day, but it's Mother's Appreciation Day, and I want all the mothers to know that we really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, and thank you for everything that you do for families, for workforce, for everything. We appreciate you guys. So today it's Flojos, and yet again it's a little interesting of a ride for me because I'm solo, and so it should really make for an interesting ride because I'm out here by myself grinding, getting it in, and there's teams that do these local, as I called them in a couple videos ago, jambalaya of rides, Fiesta Island, Donut Ride, Flojos, so forth and so on. So I'm looking for a great time. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna just try to race smart and conserve as much energy as I can when I can, but let's get there already. All right, y'all. Some of you may be asking, like, bro, why are you out riding on Mother's Day? Well, first and foremost, because I asked mom if I could ride, and she said yeah. Additionally, she's doing intermittent fasting, so she's not eating breakfast this morning. So what I did was I made her a cup of coffee upon request, and told her I loved her, and pushing out to do this ride. And of course, she always tells me be safe and have fun. So looking forward to being safe and having fun on today's Flojos, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So get your coffee, get your breakfast, and or your lunch or your dinner, and let's enjoy this ride together. Your boy C-Dub. So we are here, and I want to give you a preview of all who has arrived. So we got PRT here, we got some Hope Sports here, so we have a little bit of everything out here today, and so it's a pretty good sized group. We got some Cat 1s out and everything, so all is well, looking good. So we are currently at McDonald's off Telegraph Canyon Road. Sorry about that light. And yeah, should make for a good ride today. So let's see what happens. What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy C-Dub, aka Whit, coming at you guys on a Mother's Day Flojos, and I'm trying something a little bit different here. As you all notice, I typically do a vlogger video, and then I come behind that if it's a video or like a Hammerfest video or a race video. You see I come behind it and I do a commentator video. But this time, for this Mother's Day Flojos, this Mother's Day special, if you want to call it that, I'm going to try to do, or I'm going to do a commentary with the actual vlogger video. So this is like a 2-for-1 special. But while I got this moment, while I got this time, as we are just now, we've just passed Hunt Parkway, and we are making our way eastbound, going to 94. And this is the portion that I usually focus on because my fitness was not that good to be able to come back westbound with the group. So I would normally focus on just going eastbound as hard as I could, trying to stay tucked in as much as I could to maybe give an effort for the sprint. And then I would just take my time going back westward and making my way back home. But this video, you will see there is a eastbound portion and there's a westbound portion, just to say that my fitness is getting better and your boy is getting stronger on these two wheels. But at the same time, I ask that if you have not subscribed to this family, I ask that you would take the time to hit that subscribe button, set the notifications. And if you don't know how to do that, you can also hover over my logo in the bottom right of the screen, and you can subscribe there and become a part of this journey. I have been sharing videos since October of 2000, and I want to say 17. And so I have roughly over 200 and probably 45 videos now, and we're making our way on to 1,000 subscribers. And so I ask that you would take the time to hit that subscribe button. This total video is roughly about 29 minutes long, but this particular portion of the video is probably the bulk of it. I would probably say maybe like 21, 22 minutes long. So I ask that you would get your beverage of choice. I ask that you would get your snack of choice. And I ask that you would get comfortable in your lazy boy, in your recliner, on your couch, on your futon, whatever it is that you're utilizing to review this video. I ask that you would get comfortable. I ask that you would sit back and enjoy this video. I can't forget those of you that may be watching this video while getting it in on your indoor trainer, on your indoor bike, on your stationary bike, whatever means that you're doing right now to get this in. You may even be driving. Be safe out there. But I ask that you will get comfortable and let's go. So right now you see I'm just tucked in. There's a lot of riders. There's 30 plus riders out here today. Some members from Padjock Racing Team, some members from Hope Sports, some individual members, some Cat 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. There's a plethora of people out here. There's some under 23 riders out here getting it in. And so this is a really good Sunday morning ride that goes down at 0830 from McDonald's in Chula Vista off Telegraph Canyon Road. And we ride eastward to Highway 90 in Humul, California. So this makes for a really good road race type of training for those of you that like the road race platform versus the actual criteriums that I really like. And it's just because the road races are longer than the criteriums, but this is some good training. It's not all flat, it's not all level, and there are some small little rollers, small little climb sections in here. And so it just makes for a real good series of training. So right now you see I'm sitting at the back of the pack. We're going up a little climb right here. You see there's roughly about 3 guys now behind me. We're coming to our first climb. It's about 2%. As you see there, 3%. So this 3% right here is very similar to the CBR's Carson course, where the 3%er really hammers you really well. So you saw there it got up to 5%. And you see here I'm going about 20 miles an hour. Rotations per minute now going down because we're going downhill, but 79 rotations per minute. You see my power is just 30 something, and it's because we're going down here. Nobody's pedaling right now, so I'm at the back of the peloton just trying to stay protected. And the reason why I hung back here is because I knew that the day prior I did really well for the rainy donut ride. And so hopefully you'll go and check that video out. Your boy got first there, and it was me against 2 other pretty much you could say racers for the lack of better terms, but your boy was able to pull it out. So right now I knew that I was probably being marked. I was probably being watched out for, and not a great contender for this ride, but I want to be a contender for every ride that I do. And so knowing I did great the day prior, which was I believe the 11th of May, and now this video particularly was taken on the 12th of May, which is again is Mother's Day. So if you're watching this video and you are a lady, or your mother is around or whatever, I say happy Mother's Day to all the women that are mothers, to all those who have taken in people under their wings. Happy Mother's Day, and I want you to know that we appreciate you. But right now I'm sitting in the back of the peloton, in the back of the group, because I felt like I was marked, like I was being watched out for. And if I went up to the front, people would have went up to the front with me and would have followed me. So I kind of honestly hung out in the back just to have people that I was watching and was marking to sit in front of me. So you see right now we're going about 29 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. My heart rate is really, really good. I'm at 153, 154 beats per minute. Just back in the back of the pack, just hanging out, just trying to stay connected, trying to stay out of the wind, because my goal is to stay back here as long as I can. And maybe once we get to just over half of the course, and you see in the top right of the screen the overlay of the entire course. So once we get just past half of this course, that's when I wanted to start moving up and getting in position so that maybe I can attempt to go for the sprint. My goal for this was to ride smart, ride safe, and be there in the end. So right now you see we're going 30 miles an hour. My heart rate's creeping up. It's at 168. We're going 30 miles an hour. I'm putting out 104 revolutions per minute. My power is over 300. And so we're putting down some wattage down. We're putting down some power, and we're making our way. And so right now in this ride, I do believe we have center line rules. And so you will see down the road, down the line, that there are going to be guys that are going to go across that center line, but ultimately they're putting their own lives in jeopardy. And so we try to stay on our side on the eastbound lane just to be safe. And cars can go around us because it says on the sides of the road, on posted signs, share the road, be mindful of cyclists and different things like that. So you see right now, I'm in the back of the group. I got PRT in front of me. That's Perry right there in front of me. I got Ron in front of me. I believe that's Mike up there to about 11 o'clock. I don't know who the guy is right here with the red kit on to my 1 o'clock, but I'm at the back of the peloton. As you see, the only thing that's behind me is a car. And so I'm very thankful that nothing happened to me because there's a car behind me. And later on in this ride, there was an actual crash that happened in the rear camera. Once it goes up, hopefully I'll be able to call that out. But there will be a crash later on in this ride, and it's going to be just behind me as I'm moving up. But this is going to go on later on in the video, and I try to call that out when it possibly happens, so that you can see that in the bottom left of your screen where the camera is. So right now I go underneath. Just to kind of get away from that center line, I go underneath to get on Ron Tello's wheel. And again, I have Mike just at my 11 o'clock. I got Ron right in front of me. I have Perry immediately to my left, which is about my 9 o'clock. And so we're just making our way right here over here to the left, about 1 o'clock and on. That is Skydive Chula Vista. So if you like to skydive and jump out of planes and do things like that, that is Skydive Chula Vista right there. So again, that's off Telegraph Canyon Road, or I guess you say Otay Lakes Road now, because the road makes a name change once we get past a certain location. But anyway, we're going east to 94. And so you see at the top right, the end of the course, that is actually where Telegraph Canyon or Otay Lakes Road connects or intersects with Highway 94. So right now we're climbing again. You see we're at 1%, 2%, and that's slowly creeping up. 5% again. Pace has slowed down. We're going 17 miles an hour, 80 revolutions per minute. My heart rate again is low. It's 159, about to be 160. And as I've explained to a lot of you, we have women in this ride. So again, that's amazing. You can see the young lady there in the rear camera from Hope Sports. And we're making our way on this ride. So this 4%er, it slows everything down a little bit. We're going 16 miles an hour and we're making our way. So I'm in the middle. I got riders on my left. I got riders on my right. Right there about about 11 o'clock of me. That's Johnson and Doza, again, of Paddock Racing Team. So Paddock wore a couple of their kits. That's their training kit, the turquoise and black. This is right in front of me is Ron Tello. This is one of their racing kits, which is the Stormtrooper kit. We got Rick right there. He's wearing the Flojos kit. So there was a kit specifically made for this ride. And so here we go. We're into another climb right now. We just went down and we're in another climb. And you'll see that the gradient will change here momentarily. You see that we have riders out of the saddle, trying to keep the pace up, trying to stay with the group. We're going at 7% grade. And so we're just making our way. So the guy right here to my left with the red sleeves, he's the guy that crashes later on in this ride. And so I was watching him, and with all that extra effort and all that extra energy that he was using, it let me know that he was getting tired. And that was not a wheel to be on because he was really putting down some wattage to make it up this climb. And you see here, we're already almost near halfway in this ride. So it was a really good ride, a really good day. You see I'm still in the back of the group. There's just 3 cyclists behind me, and we're making our way. So I'm hanging out back here, just watching things in front of me, keeping Paddock Racing Team in front of me, keeping Hope Sports in front of me, the best that I can, just so that I can watch. And again, we have some hitters in this ride. And so I don't know everybody. I don't know the abilities of everybody, but I did know the abilities of some. And so those individuals I was trying to get around once it was time to move up. So the guy here, he coming over the top of me close to the center line. I could have jumped on that wheel, but I was like, not yet, because we have not made it to Pio Pico just of yet. So I'm still going to hang back here. Now you see Perry. He's in the rear camera. He's got on the Black Panther PRT kit. And from watching the video prior to doing this video, I felt like Perry was really, really watching me, whether to block me in or just to react when I reacted. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's okay. It comes with the territory of racing. It comes with the territory of riding. It comes with the territory of beating or being competitive. And so I felt like he was really watching me. He would fall back and kind of see where I was at, and I would make an effort. And I think he would kind of make an effort, but that's all good in the hood of Hamol as we are coming up another climb. So you see this guy in front of me, a Hope Sports. You see, again, he's out of the saddle making it up. And that's one thing that I really try to mentally lock in, is that in these climbs, because I am a Clydesdale rider, if I can try to stay in the saddle and use as little amount of energy as much as I possibly can to preserve that effort for the end. So anytime I'm going up a climb, people in front of me getting out of the saddle, that's perfect for me because it allows me to get closer up to them and draft on them a little bit better. It also helps me to make it and progress through the climb a little bit more because they give me a focus. I can look at them, I can focus on them, and I can press my way on through the climb and make it through the climb successfully. So right now, sitting at the back of the group still, you see there's nobody behind me. Your boy was in the back of the peloton. You can say I was tail gunning, you can say whatever you want to say, but again, have not done this ride too often. There had probably been a good month or two. It had been a while since I had done this ride. And so having the ability to do this ride and feeling really confident within my abilities from the previous days, May 11th donut ride where I took first, I was feeling confident in my abilities. So I knew sitting back here and allowing me to really see what's going on in the peloton, it was good for me. I believe there was a couple of breaks that went up the road, but again, that wasn't my job. That wasn't my focus. My focus was to stay tucked in until we got to until we got to Pio Pico. Once we got to Pio Pico, then I would make some adjustments, try to move up, try to get on some fast wheels like Julius or Pablo or Rick or John. Try to move up and get on some of these known fast wheels, strong wheels, and then make my way on up and try to get the top 10 finish. So right now you see here we got Perry just to my 11 o'clock. I'm sitting in the middle. I'm trying to stay in the middle of the peloton. Reason being is because, again, trying to protect myself from any wind that I could possibly do. You now see there's a couple of guys behind me. You see the guy in the red sleeves with the Hope Sports kit on. He's behind me, and the young man to my at the time my right, but in the video our left, with the black and blue kit on. So right here, just trying to stay connected. You see I'm putting out over 300 watts. And now we're getting to the area which is getting very, very close to Pio Pico, but we're not there yet. So you can kind of say we're over halfway done with this ride, but halfway to me is like Pio Pico. So, or 3/4 of the way is Pio Pico. So that's a very big landmark milestone for me in this ride. And again, I've only made it to the finish line going east with the group. You know, I've never been able to make it back west. I've never been able to really place good when there's some hitters out here. So my focus was really just to make it. So you see here we got guys from CFT falling back, just trying to stay on Perry's wheel because I believe he was one of the last riders of Paddock Racing Team. So just trying to stay around him but not lose connectivity to the group, to the pack. So being able to be here and looking at my heart rate now, 165 beats per minute, putting out over 300 watts. Everything is going good. We're going 25 miles an hour. My revolutions per minute is 94. Everything is well. Perry's legs look good. I had a brain fart right there, but Perry's legs look really good. And we're making our way to the Pio Pico area. But before we get to Pio Pico, I ask that you would do one thing. I ask that you would hit that red subscribe button down below. And that's just to help your boy out, get to 1,000 plus, to share the experience of life behind bars on two wheels. I want to share my journey with you. I want you to be a part of it. And I ask that you would hit that red subscribe button or hover over my logo in the bottom right of the screen. And you will see that the subscribe option will come up. And so, and I ask that you would hit that as well as set the notification. So now you see I'm hitting over 800 watts just to stay on Perry's wheel. Perry gets a little bit of a gap on me. And now we're getting in the Pio Pico area. So right now I got a little bit of a gap on me from Perry. But as soon as I find a wheel that I could jump on that's keeping with the group, I go on and get on that wheel. And that's this guy right here to my 11 o'clock. To your right is P.O. Pico. That is like a general store, and then there's some trailers and different things like that. A nice little resort, trailer resort area. So this is like my milestone right here. That little divot in the road that we just went through, that's my milestone. That's my mile marker. And you'll see if you look at the map at the top right, we are about 3/4 of the way done with this ride. So we're almost to the end. You can kind of see now that the road is veering to our left, that it's kind of strung out. We're passing riders. Now this rider right here, I'm not sure what his name is, but he was falling back because he was up front. But if you watch for a little bit longer, he's going to come up and pass us all from the rear camera, and you'll see him shoot through the main camera. So right now I'm back on Perry's wheel. People are easy spinning or coasting right now. No power is being put out. No revolutions per minute is being put out by me. Speed is down to 22 miles an hour. My heart rate's at 165. And as I mentioned before, in the 160s, from 160 to 170, or 169, I would say, feels like that's a good recovery location for me when it comes to my heart rate. As long as the blood is working through the veins and my legs have been moving and everything's been warmed up, I do feel like 160 to 169 is a good recovery heartbeat for me. And I asked that if you guys are watching this video and if you've made it to this point in the video, I asked that you would put down in the comment section below what's a good heart rate for you that you've identified is good for recovery. So right now you see we're hunkered in. I got a few different PRT members in front of me. I got John right there to my 1 o'clock. I got Rick right in front of me, 12 o'clock. I got Perry to my 10 o'clock. And we're making our way, hitting look, so my wattage is up and down, so it's hard for me to catch it sometimes, but hitting over 400 watts right now. Heart rate is in the 160, so I'm still good. And see, now you see the guy coming up again with the blue helmet on the outside. So he's riding that yellow line, and he's making his way back up to the front. And we're coming closer and closer to the end of this. So please watch this. And as we're making our way up, I'm sitting on the inside of Rick. I have Julius right there in the Black Panther kit right here with the orange socks on, riding his BMC ride machine. And again, the guy with the red, black, and white jersey with the blue helmet, he's making his way up. Julius is on his wheel. I'm inside right now, so it's probably not the best place to be, but it's open for me. I'm moving up. You see that there's riders behind me. The guy just behind me right now with the white jersey on, he's actually riding a fixie bike. So if you look at his bike, if you can zoom in on that or whatever, get close to the screen, you'll see that he's got a gear ratio and he's locked in. He is riding a fixie bike, and he's still here with the group. So kudos to you, man, for riding a fixie and hanging in here on this ride with these people. So right now I come outside, try to get out of the inside so I'm not blocked in anymore. I come out a little bit, and I wasn't able to get on Rick's wheel because the guy right here in front of me, he was moving up a little bit, so I jumped on his wheel. We have Jeffrey right here to my 11 o'clock in the Stormtrooper PRT kit, and you can see I got some guys behind me. We got Julius behind me. We got Rick behind me. I got Pablo in front of me. This is Pablo right here to my 11 o'clock, rubbing his leg. And I got Ron Tello right in front of me right now. So again, I'm around a good group of guys. The guy right there to my 11:30, I guess you could say, with the blue helmet on, he's the guy who I mentioned who was falling back. He was up front most of the ride. He fell back, and now he's making his way back up to the front. So right now you see I'm not putting much wattage down, not much leg movement, not doing a lot of work right here, but I was easy spinning for the most part. We have another young lady right here with the Hope Sport kit on. I'm not sure if that's Raquel or not, but we had a few women riding this ride, and that's amazing too, that this is not just a man ride. This is a roadie ride for everybody. So right now you see that the pace is picking up. We're going 29 miles an hour. I'm putting it over 600 watts. Revolutions per minute is 101. You see Rick's out of the saddle. We're going 30 miles an hour, 164 beats a minute. I'm putting out over 800 watts just to stay on these wheels. And I got to move up. I got to get up there because now we're after Pio Pico and the pace is picking up. So I jump on Rick's wheel. We're making our way. And again, there's a crash coming up very, very soon. And I hope I can really capture it before it's too late. When you see us, we're going to be passing a rider. He's going to be falling back in the group. He's going to fall back when he goes into the rear camera. I ask that you watch the rear camera because he's going to be one of the guys involved in the crash. So right now, everything is still good. I'll try to call the crash out before it happens. But right now, jumped on Julius's wheel. And so we got a guy going on the outside. He's riding the yellow line. Some guys jump on his wheel. I jump on Julius's wheel. And right now, I'm passing a young lady. I'm riding literally in the middle of the two yellow lines. Didn't cross it fully, but riding. So you see, we got guys falling back. And I'm now jumping on Pablo's wheel. So on Pablo's wheel,
We're making our way up right now on Pablo. There's Jeffrey right there. There's Freddie right there. We're passing. So Pablo's putting down some watts. I'm putting down some watts. I lost my data because, you know, it was what it was, but lost the data right there. But I'm sticking on Pablo's wheel. He goes outside. I was going to go with him. Got Rick going underneath. Jump on Julius's wheel in front of me. We're going. I don't know how much watts. I'm going to probably say over 600, 700 watts. Misael is falling back. So I missed the crash already. We were going to go underneath, but there's going to be a vehicle coming. And this stop sign right here is the finish line. You see the line right there. Your boy ended up getting 7th on Flojos. Now we got the westbound effort. Let's get it in. So right now, we're going back west, heading back to the McDonald's that you saw earlier in the video. That's the meetup spot. So right now, there was a crash, and of course that slowed everything down, allowed us all to get back together again to make sure the guy with the red sleeves was good to go. His bike wasn't good, so he got a ride. And hopefully everything is well. His bike's been repaired. Hopefully everything is good with him and his bike. So I just want to give my condolences and say I hope that you are all right. So right now it is pretty much me, a few others with PRT, and we're making our way back to the McDonald's on Telegraph Canyon Road. You see we got Ron right here. We got Mike right here. We got Julius right there. You see Ron in the rear camera. We also have Lubin with us. So right now we're making our way back, hitting 100. And I switched up some things. So my power was up a little bit. So right now, my heart rate is 158 beats per minute. We're going 31 miles an hour, hitting just over, at that point, 200 and something watts. So right now, Mike is putting down some effort. So I try to jump on his wheel to make it to the group and stay connected with the group. And you see Ron's on my wheel. And so we have about, I would say maybe about 12 or 15 riders here collectively going back westbound. And again, this is my very first time ever being with the group going back westbound. So I did not know where the sprint was. So that means that there's a sprint coming up. I did not know where that started. I did not know where it finished, because again, usually I'm not with the group going back west. I stop going east. I take my breather or give me some drink, and then I just kind of meander my way on home after that. But this time I was able to stay connected with the group and make it back to McDonald's with the group. So again, I was 7th going east. Now we're working on going back west. So right here you see we got Johnson and those in the training kit in front of me. We have Ron Tello in front of me. We have Rick in front of me. We also have up there in the lime green bike, that is Juan, who is a Cat 1 racer who rides with SoCalCycling.com. He's up in the front driving this. I have Lubin on my rear camera. I believe one of the young ladies, she's back there but next to Lubin in the rear camera. Here's Freddie. He's to my rear right now with the training kit on as well, with the that new yellowish goldish POC helmet. So right now the pace is up a little bit. We're going 28 miles an hour. Heart rate is at 152, so heart rate is still good. So we're making way. My cardiovascular is doing really, really good. And so right now putting out over 400 watts. Was putting out over 400 watts, staying on Ron's wheel. But one thing I picked up on with Ron earlier, he said that his legs were tired. And so knowing that Ron is a very strong rider, he made that comment earlier. Whether it was true or not, I did not know, but I did put that in my essentials bag, meaning he's probably not going to contend for the sprint because he mentioned that his legs were tired. Now, whether that was the truth or not, because I do know that roadies will do that, they will act like they're tired, they will say that they're tired and not be tired, so that they will be not looked at or not marked. But this time you see Johnson and those has gone off the front. And so I remember Ron was legs hurting, so I go after it. I'm hitting over 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,200 watts chasing this down. Lubin's on my wheel. Lubin comes over the top of me, as you see right here. We're trying to chase down Johnson and those. The finish line is the 45 mile an hour sign in the road, which is right here. Boom. So Lubin got second. I got third. Johnson and those got fourth.
Road runners. It's your boy C-Dub. Hey, I just want to give you guys a quick recap. So as you saw, I made it all the way eastbound with the group, got top 10. I'll let you guys know what position I got specifically once I look at the video. And my first time ever being with the group going back westbound, my first time ever, your boy got third. One guy made it through the light, and I got beat out at the end by Lubin, but Your boy finished off third. All is well. Great weekend of bicycle riding and training. Great week of training. Great weekend of Hammerfest riding. First, third, top 10. Your boy can't complain. Progress is consistently and continually being made. I'm elated. I'm humbled. Not cocky, but confident. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I see you guys in the next one. I promise. Your boy, C-Dub, aka Crit Whit. Peace.